I'm recording this Dharma message at a time when we have canceled all of our Sunday services here at the Buddhist Church of Oakland for the month of March. And, it's been kind of brewing for a few weeks now, if not months, right? And just the kind of fears about the coronavirus. It's really hard to know what to believe and who to trust. I think that we see things like people hoarding toilet paper and going about things we're not really sure why. They just seem to be in kind of a panic. And so panicked isn't the right response, I think. And yet, not doing anything isn't the right response either, which I think is what we're seeing as well. And so I really feel that Buddhism is kind of perfectly poised to help us deal with this. One of the basic teachings of Buddhism is the middle way. And it's a middle way between extremes. And so if we can identify those extremes, and in this case, one of the extremes is panic. Oh my gosh, just do whatever it takes to protect yourself. Another extreme is do nothing. Everything's fine. Act as if everything's fine. Go about your normal routine. I believe both of those are extremes, and we need to find a middle way between them. Don't panic. Right? That you don't have to, the world isn't ending at this point, and yet protect yourself, right? And we have to try and be more mindful of our personal hygiene, try and be more mindful of those around us, try and be more mindful of our actions. And I've done another video Dharma message about mindfulness and awareness in this context. But I really feel like there's a middle way between all of these. Another thing is don't sit and watch the news for 5 hours, right? I think it's important to watch the news. Don't just turn off the news either, right? Those are the extremes. We want to try and be somewhat aware, but also turn it off at a certain point. Don't, if you just sit there and listen to the same message or even more panicked message coming through, it's just going to be upsetting. Right? And so I think that just kind of be aware of how much TV you're watching, how much news you are taking in, and to take a break sometimes, right? But at the same time, don't just completely ignore it. I really do feel like we need to cut down on social interaction at this point, need to be aware of our actions, right? And so my advice, don't shake hands. Wash your hands often, 20 seconds or more. I've been reciting Space, the Final Frontier, the intro to Star Trek, and wash my hands during reciting that, and then I start rinsing and I start whistling the melody, the classic original series melody. So definitely wash your hands. If you're sick, don't go out and infect other people. And we really, as much as we want to stick to facts, and, so don't give in to panic and fear, but we also need to realize that this is a fluid and changing situation. And so don't cling to something that was said 2 weeks ago, right? It's a lot. It's asking a lot of us, and it is, I think, very stressful. But if you realize, where this stress is coming from, sometimes that can help reduce it to a certain extent. Please take care of yourselves. Please be considerate of others. Seems basic, and yet it's not easy all the time. But Buddha, I think that Buddha doesn't want us to be afraid. If you're afraid, then, and in a way, I don't blame you, right? If you're afraid, it's okay. Realize you're afraid, right? But then also realize, do I need to be afraid? Can I not? Are there not things we can do to protect ourselves? Right? And so part of that has been our cancellation of services, and it's too bad that we have to do this, and yet it's to protect vulnerable members of our community, and also it's turned into this new YouTube channel for Buddhist Church of Oakland. And so I hope that you enjoy these videos. We're still experimenting with what we're using to take them and how we're doing it. Give us feedback. You can email me, Reverend Harry, REVHARRY3 @gmail.com, or you can also make comments here on the video or email officebco@gmail.com. Let us know what you think. Let us know if there's anything else you want me to talk about. Please take care of yourselves. and let's take care of all of ourselves for our own sakes and for our communities. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Naman Dabutsu.